Morning, guys. Hope you're all well. Just coming on, just being myself. Today is why is it? Friday, the 22nd of August. Friday, the 22nd of August, and it's 9:15 in the morning. I didn't get much sleep, and I have to put on these glasses because my eyes, the bright light affects my eyes with the glaucoma. You know, I've told you that, haven't I? That I have glaucoma. I have the fan on, I have the fan off, I have the fan on, I have the fan off. I don't know, I have this pajamas on, has a bottoms to match, has a pocket there in the side, a fake pocket, but, it's comfy. So how are you all doing? You all okay? I hope so. What happened to me last night was, I have an awful habit of doing this. I'm itchy and everything with the heat. I have an awful habit of doing this, is eating late. Eating late in the night. And what happens then is I have an iffy stomach, so I get acid reflux. It's called GERD, I think. It's called GERD. The doctor put me on tablets for it years ago, but I don't take them every day at all. It's not one of them things. It's only once in the blue moon, but stress can cause it as well. That way I'm on this camera. Look at me inside in bed with the sunglasses on. But the light is shining in. Even though I've had the curtain closed, the light is still shining in. But my eyes, I've had a horrible couple of hours sleep is all I got. At least in the night, paid for it, you know. But what can I say? I paid for it with the acid reflux. Then I took the tablet for that early. I woke up about 7:15, I'd say. And 7:15, then I was hemming and hawing about will I take that tablet, because I don't like taking tablets, you know. I'm wicked iffy about tablets. But look, it's like a flamethrower, this lighter. I can't turn it down or turn it up. But I got a nice new lighter from Temu, of course, where else? And it has a USB, so you won't be looking for gas for it. It's one of them ones that you just press down, you know. It's like, anything USB, just press it down, it lights at the top and has that cute little light, and it goes off then. And the best thing about it has that safety cap on it. So if you had it in your handbag, say, it wouldn't, go off. Do you know what I mean? It's safety, it wouldn't open. But anyway, I hope you're all okay. The weather in Ireland has been very clammy, warm, heavy. I'm here talking to you now, and I have a mug of tea. My Mahusa mug. I have this mug donkey's years. It was a friend of mine, an elderly friend of mine that gave me this mug as a gift. And it's my go-to mug. Out of the nails. These roll your own cigarettes. Years ago they took out the ammonia out of cigarettes. Many, many years ago now I'm talking about. So the cigarettes just go out if you don't keep pulling on them. They just go out. So it's really better in the long run. It's safer. Well, it's here in Ireland anyway. The Golden Virginia original. So that's me. I know some people take offence to people smoking, but look at back in my time, the hospitals, when I was younger, had the kids, the hospitals, the nurses, the doctors were smokers. They were all smoking. The visitors coming up to you in the hospital when you had a new baby. The visitors were smoking. The nurses were smoking. The doctors were smoking, and they'd be given tea and biscuits, visiting you. You could have tea, a smoke, and biscuits, whatever. Do you see that today? No. What kind of a world are we living in? That's what I'm saying. Look, you have to keep pulling on it. So I couldn't be doing too bad. It's more of just a habit than anything that I've learned, that I haven't changed. As I said, oh, look at me. I have to go back and go forward. But like I said, my sister gave up the cigarettes. She went on the rollies. She done everything the doctor said. And she was gone within a week. Now, my other sister as well, they were at her, but she had an illness, anyway. So they were trying to get her to give up the only bit of pleasure that she had. They were trying to get her to give up. The doctors will blame cigarettes for everything. I'm not saying they're good for you. They're not good for you. How could they be good for you? They're bad for you. But what I'm saying is they're not the cause of everything. Years ago, when we had a problem, you'd go to your friend's house, a neighbour's house, and you had a cup of tea and a fag. Or you may have had 10 fags and 10 cups of tea. But we talked about our problems. Today you don't see that on the internet. No, nobody, neighbours living close to you, they don't talk to you. They just, kind of washy looking at me. I got that, anyway, that's another story about neighbours and not talking to you. I have to keep pulling on this because it'll go out. But I was trying that tan, that face tan. It's a moisturising face tan. I have it over there. But I didn't find it really did anything for me, I bought it in Boots chemist. And I'd be going out in the morning, I'd put on the night when I clean my face and wash my face. But I'd go out whenever I'd wake up, I'd go out and I still look pale, There's only I put on that powder 2-in-1 makeup that'll make me look a bit with a bit of colour, I give up, I'm 62. You know, I'm not going to try and keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses are broke. Bloody thing is like a flamethrower. But anyway, this is an over 18 channel. So kids, children, teenagers, what have you, won't be watching it. What do you think of what's going on in the world today, guys? Do you know, the world has gone a bit on the crazy side. I know here in Ireland, things, have been getting out of control because of immigrants coming in and people are not getting along. And I don't like to see anybody arguing, not getting along. But, it's like the UK, they think they can just come in and land here and there and things will be just given to them. But then you have the people that were born in that country, and if they're not receiving help, the two sides are going to clash. You know, it's obvious, the government knows both sides will clash. So there have been unrest in Ireland because the government is not listening to people. They're not listening to their own people, which they need to be doing, So, what can you do? Only hope that things get better. Nice cup of tea. I hope you're having a cup of tea now. Sitting here looking at me talking absolute whatever, but just coming on here, for my subscribers and to say hello to you all, you know, thank you for joining my channel, and I do appreciate it. I would love to get more subscribers. I have 185 at the moment, and I'll tell you, YouTube, to get popular, you'd want, especially Timo halls and stuff like that, you'd want to be a millionaire to keep that up. And all these halls that I watch, Hey Everybody, Aaron, if you were to keep that up, you'd be broke, you'd be in debt, and on top of that, she had a problem, Aaron, trying to get rid of the stuff. You have all that stress, and then to keep down a job, and Erin is what, 54? My God, like I wouldn't be able to do it. But yeah, she has about 19,000 subscribers, and fair play to her. Me, I can't get to 1,000. I'd be here forever till I get to 1,000, you know. But I'm more of a down to earth person. I'll just, my last video was keeping it real, and that's the way I want to keep it real, you know. I'll have the laugh, same as the next person. I'll have the crack, and I'll say things. Sometimes I'll say things that other people will take offence to, and it's only a joke. It's a joke. People have forgotten how to laugh. You have to laugh. You have to enjoy the crack. That's why a lot of people are going around with depression. Taking drugs and messing with tablets and medication and stuff like that. There's too much worry and stress on them today. I remember when I lost my mother, God rest her soul, back in 2008. I thought like my world had caved in. I was devastated because, as I have told you in my other videos, that I lost my father when my mother was pregnant with me. Now, she was 3 months pregnant on me, I was told, and he was killed in a car crash. So I never got to see him, but I had the pleasure of my dear grandfather raising me until I was about 7 when he passed. And he instilled in me good things, you know. So I was lucky, I was a miracle baby, but I was lucky, you know, because my mother, imagine, was 3 months pregnant and her husband was killed in a car crash. And I'm just lucky I'm here because, anything trauma could have happened and she could have lost me. But thank God I'm blessed that I'm here. I have a holy picture up there that I always, look at. But, I am Catholic. I have my bit of religion that keeps me going. And I think we all have our choice of religion. That's the way people are. Whatever they were raised with, they just, whatever way you're raised, you're inclined to go that way, aren't you? I don't know about you, but I I think everyone kind of sticks to their religion they were brought up with. This is why people, I suppose, don't get along. Different religions, and they hear things then from their parents, not to mix with other people, in religions that do different things. They have different ways of life. So you just hate these wars and the suffering and the pain going on, don't you? But that you could keep talking about that till get you nowhere. You just hope the governments listen and try and do something. So I'm enjoying my tea. I hope wherever you are, the weather is good. There, even though, we're not able for the heat, well, especially at my age, but a lot of us are not able for the heat, but we still love to see it. We do love to see the bit of sun and get a bit of wash and dry, stuff like that. But it's gone out of my head now what I was going to say. This is fog brain. But, yeah, gas and the way things happen to you, you're always thinking too many things in your mind, and then you forget what you said. But I cut the hair recently. It needs colouring. I left some on the top. Look, it looks like a wig. Some on the top, and I ordered this little small straightening comb that I'm hoping to straighten down the fringe a small bit, you know, or maybe do sides, but it's pretty thick. You'll never know what I do. I'm always doing something. I'm kind of sick and tired of the garden now at this stage. I've done enough of that. The garden I have is what you'd call what would you call it? You call it a wild garden. It's not a fancy garden, you know. I mean, how could you afford it this day and age? I have to go out the front of the house and I have my own lawnmower, electric lawnmower, and I cut the grass on both sides because I'm on the ground floor and someone over me, but I have my own bigger yard at the back. Well, it's not a big yard, but it's enough. But I can only do the inside, do the outside, chip away at things myself, and excuse me, That's that reflux now in the tablet I had, but it's helping anyway. It's making me feel a bit better, but this sweat is coming out through me. But anyway, the front of the garden is okay. I got little solar lights. They're like a tree with branches out of it. What way would you call it? Yeah, branches, and they change lights in the night time. They're solar. The branches do. They have a little thing sticking out at the side where the light, the solar charges, and they're quite pretty. I must film them some night, just the little trees, and show you what they do. They're lovely. So I've ordered solar lights, two solar lights for the back, but they're more of a security thing. They're when you walk past them, they're going to come on. But they say there's 100 LED lights in them, so hopefully they'll brighten up the back. But you know, you just have to have them lights around where areas are kind of dark in the night, and you feel a bit more secure, you know, when you have them things. You know, they're the kind of things that keep me going, little DIYs and cleaning the house and decluttering and tidying and all the normal things. But no, can't afford all these things that you see on the internet, like people spending a fortune. I don't know how they keep doing this, but they can't be very happy. You know, how could you? You're trying to keep up with the Joneses. It's impossible. You know, absolutely impossible. And then people go on holidays, and I suppose a holiday would cost you thousands now to go anywhere. Who could afford it? Not me. But anyway, I'm off to make another rollie. I'm still kind of sweaty, but then again, I that thick mop on top, and I'm gonna love ye and leave ye until, you know, this is a vlog because I'm merging a couple of videos together. I'm gonna love ye and leave ye until I see ye soon. So, ta-da, bye for now. Love to everyone.